Hello, everyone. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. Number one, it's totally free. They also have creation tools that allow you to edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. How convenient is that? Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many, many more. So, what are you waiting for? You can also make money with no minimum listenership. It's time to get started.
All right, family. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We have such a phenomenal show today. We have our most honored guest joining us in just a few moments. Professor Kaba Kamene. Most of you may remember him from the movie or from the series Hidden Color. I was first introduced to Kaba Kamene by watching the Hidden Colors series with Brother Tariq Nasheed and Brother Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson, and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and others were also on the Hidden Colors series. David Banner has also made special appearances on the Hidden Colors series as well. And, I mean, you have got to see it if you haven't seen it already. Our most honorable, internationally acclaimed, and world-renowned guest professor and Pan-African historian, Kaba Kamene. He starred in a significant role in the Hidden Colors series, including Chapter 2 titled Cultural Warfare. He is also the best-selling author of Honoring Professor William Leo Hansberry, 1894 through 1965, an intellectual libation for the architect of America's African Studies Department. You can also follow him on Instagram at Kaba, that's K-A-B-A, Kamene, K-A-M-E-N-E, and his website. You can go there now. Most of you have already received the email with the same information. However, those that did not, go to his website, gumroad, GUMROAD.com/Kaba Kamene. So again, I admire and I respect my elder, Kaba Kamene, for the work that he has done. And there was a point in his life where he thought he was going to just stay in the background with all this wealth of knowledge and information that he had, and he got a few phone calls saying that, no, brother, we need you front and center. And he was contacted by Brother Tariq Nasheed and others about the Hidden Colors series, and the rest was history. So no longer will Kaba Kamene be in the background, withholding this wealth of information. And I'm going to be completely selfish on this show today because I am just honored to have Kaba Kamene on this show, and I am willing to learn all that I can from him as I am taught to sit at the feet of my elders and show honor and respect to whom honor and respect is due. And I admire the brother for everything that he has done, for his due diligence, for paving the way for my generation and the generations that are under me. We were attempting to go live on Instagram for the first time together, and we ran into a few technical issues. Nevertheless, we will attempt that at a different date. I'd like to say that, and I've learned this through life and also from the words of Kaba Kamene, your success is my success. My success is your success. With no further ado, we are bringing to the line Professor Kaba Kamene.
Hotep to my brother Kenya.
Peace. Peace and love. How are you?
My brother, I am doing excellent, and I am appreciative of your introduction, particularly because I haven't really necessarily spoken about it frequently, but whenever it comes up, it's just part of my personality, and I guess it's all part of exactly why I think that I am doing the work that I'm doing. I really spent a great deal of my life in the background. You know, the reason why was because Professor John Henry Clark, who I credit to be my teacher, who I gained the most insight in this work, he used to say that black folk can do anything they want to do as long as they don't run out in the street and tell everybody what they're doing.
That's right.
He also told me the more popular you become, the more power you lose. Because when you come to the attention of people, people are watching you. They recognize you. And therefore, much of what, and one day I'll tell the story. I tell people I ain't going to write my autobiography until I'm too old to care what people think about me. But the idea is the fact that I've always stayed in the background. Those that go to Google, those that go to YouTube, you'll see me standing on the corner of 125th Street talking to people. You can go to YouTube and you'll see me in all sorts of different places just talking to people. And that's really what I have really enjoyed doing. That, well, first thing, of course, is to be with our children. That's my first obligation, my first joy is to impart this knowledge to children because I know what this knowledge did to me. When I tell people the impact that cultural knowledge has on children, I can cite a whole bunch of books, but the most important thing I cite is me.
That's right.
And the person that I became because I understood my culture, because I understood where my ancestors came from, because I understood their achievements. And because it was given to me in a way that it was not just dead history that I just studied what they did. It was about applying. See, what good is knowing what Imhotep did? Yeah, we can clap for him and give him applause as a multi-genius. But where is the multi-genius in you? And if you can't find that within you, then just knowing Imhotep for what he did, and he did great things, but it's dead history. It's history that stops at the fact that you know it. I want to know, where is your genius and how you can apply it in your life?
You know, Baba, if I may, you made a statement. First of all, I love your work. I am a student, and I am humbly sitting at your feet, learning from your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding. You made a statement, and I quote, "Imagination is the spirit of success." That cannot be more true. I'm telling you. You know, we have to encourage our children to dream and to have visions and to allow those dreams and those visions to come to fruition, right? When you say imagination is the spirit of success, that quote right there, that statement alone is worth $1 billion. Right there.
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it talks about the axiology, right? How the environment shapes our value systems, right? And I've learned this from Brother Philippe Matthews said it like this as well. And I want to thank him for that when he talks about axiology, right? But when you combine that, I mean, it makes it crystal clear. Imagination is the spirit of success, and we could do a whole show just about that topic right there alone.
Absolutely. And you see, deeply seated in the genius. And again, Brother Kenya, maybe for those that may not know my background, let me just tell you a couple things about me so you can get a sense of the root from whence we're going to have this conversation. I I am a retired New York City teacher. I taught in South Central Bronx, the same community, for 31 years, from October of 1979 until July of 2009. I've taught every grade and my first license is in early childhood because I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. I wanted to get our babies before the nonsense is put into their heads, particularly by the time they get into the 4th grade. As we go through the conversation, we can talk about the importance of understanding that early childhood time, like maybe from the ages of 4 until about 7 or 8. Those are very important, and I can track African educational methods that geared the young people specifically at that time. However, I was an assistant principal in a school. I have worked in the superintendent's office. I have managed budgets that, were slotted to have millions of dollars. I've been able to budget. So and I've taught college. I taught college for 14 years. I am the spook who sat by the classroom door. I'm the brother that made his classroom his classroom. And what I've learned about educating our youth came from books, but they came from educating youth. So I come with an experience that tells you not only do I understand the greatness of myself, but I understand the greatness of each and every young African-American boy and girl. They are geniuses. Their imaginations. And when you talk about imaginations, my brother Kenya, you're talking about that 4 and 5-year-old where the sky is not the limit. You're talking about that 4 and 5-year-old that can imagine the imaginations that our children have, the things that they come up with. As I've had conversations with them, developing ideas and understanding how to make things happen, it becomes important to know and to understand what it is that's going on. So, with that concept of imagination, I've been with the imaginators, our children, who are not blocked by the circumstances they find in their life as they have to go through understanding because of the color of their skin or the texture of their hair or the width of their nose, the size of their lips. Before they go and they are bombarded with negativities, I get them when they think they're beautiful, that they can leap tall buildings in the single bound, outrun the trains, and bullet bounce off their chest. So imagination. In fact, it was Albert Einstein that said that imagination is more important than knowledge. So that the point that you make is very important. And I would also say that you are absolutely correct that we could have a whole program on this fact alone. But I'll also tell you that it is possible that we could also have an entire college course on the subject. In fact, I would recommend anyone that teaches children should study imagination and what it is and its boundaries. To do that, you have to understand how the brain functions.
Yes. Valid point. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. So now that our listeners have more of an understanding of your background, your credentials, your spirit, your energy, I mean, when you bring it, brother, you bring it. And when you speak, I always have a pen and paper. This is my show. I got pen and paper right now. Just listening to you as you speak, because this is the way that we are supposed to learn. When the elders are speaking, we are supposed to be quiet and listen and ask permission of our elders to speak. So I respect that. And as I tell, our listeners, it's my show, it's your platform.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yes, I appreciate you. You talk a lot about spirituality. Imagination is also spirituality, visions, things of that nature. Spiritual nomics.